found this to be a knowing and voluntary waiver of constitutional rights. What is your plea to passing bad checks?
Guilty.
Accept your plea. Make a finding of guilty. Anything from the victim?
Your Honor, there is $10,650 owed in this case to the Ameristop in Lebanon. That would be joint and several with, I think, wife or girlfriend, Rachel Spencer, who we have a pretrial coming up, I believe, later this week or next week. And there's also 16 days of jail time credit.
Now, I can order restitution, but can't enforce it. Since he's going to prison, he's going to be on supervision. I mean, he's going to be in prison for 10 months, and then he's done. There's nothing that can be done about it if he doesn't pay.
I understand that.
Okay.
This is where they wanted to go. They did not want to be on community control.
Anything on behalf of the client?
Right. Yeah, from talking with Mr. Spencer from the beginning, he wanted to come in, he wanted to take responsibility for this, but he also wanted to move forward to sentencing as quickly as possible and wanting to do his time at DRC. When he gets out, he does want to turn over a new leaf. He says he's motivated to change. One thing the court might appreciate is that he said that drugs were not a factor in this. I mean, that he has not relapsed in using drugs during this course of conduct. But he does want, and I would ask the court to accept the proposed 10-month agreed sentence. He knows that while he can file for judicial release, if he did file for judicial release and it were granted, he would be on supervision with this court. Yeah, he would be on probation or whatever the case might be. But I don't believe that's what he intends to do.
Okay. Anything from the victim?
Your Honor, the victim was just really wanting, hopefully, to get restitution, but all we can do is get a judgment entry ordering it.
Okay, I'll order, excuse me, that he pay how much in restitution? $10,000?
$10,650, joint and several.
$10,650 in restitution, joint and several, meaning you have to pay the whole amount unless someone else who's ordered to pay pays. Right. Then yours would be offset by that much. Did you just write a check for that amount?
No, Your Honor, I trusted up my own business this year, and the loan didn't go through, and I just went downhill since.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to say, sir?
No.
Okay. All right, so his sentence is 10 months. As I said, this carries post-release control, which is supervision by the Adult Parole Authority. If you violate the terms of post-release control, they can send you back for 5 months. If you're convicted of a new felony during that period of supervision, the court that has a new felony case can revoke post-release control, impose whatever time remains on supervision. If you have less than a year remaining on supervision, they can add a year to the sentence. In the event you were to get judicial release, you could be placed on community control and ordered to pay, and the order to pay restitution would be also supervised by community control. And if you fail to pay the restitution, you could be sent back. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This is definitely contrary to what the state legislature has put into place as far as the presumption of prison and who should be going to prison and taking up that space and who should not. But I typically don't interfere with an agreed sentence, even though if there was ever a case where I should, this is it. You have a right to appeal this sentence. You have 30 days from today to file a notice of appeal. If you cannot afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. Any document you need will be provided at no cost. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that's all.
We're waiving costs, Your
Honor. Is he indigent?
He is indigent, Your
You
Honor.
filed an affidavit?
No, I have not filed, not for the purpose of call. It's not mandatory fines, of course, on the F4, and I have not. I just have the affidavit that the court originally did and that I did for the purpose of representation.
Did you sign an affidavit of indigency at your arraignment, sir? Okay, I'll waive fines and costs.
And there are 16 days credit, Your Honor.
16?
16.
Okay. Credit
And
score.
just for the record, we did discuss the statutory scheme and how F4 financial crimes would typically be sentenced. Yeah, so there was full disclosure in regard to that with the client.
Okay. All right. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
The State of Ohio versus Rachel Spencer, also known as Marston, case number 25 CR 43234. Present before the court, Spencer, right?
Yes, sir.
Represented by Mr. Clark, and we have Ms. Hyatt from the prosecutor's office. We are here today for pretrial, but it's my understanding that Ms. Spencer is going to be entering a plea of guilty to 1 count of theft. Is that accurately stated?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Ms. Spencer, I know we've been through this a number of times before, but I want to make sure that we have a clean record in each one of our cases. How old are you?
I'm 32. I'll be 33 in April.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
Are you able to read and write English?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, sir.
Are you taking any medications?
No.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
We've had some discussions about your case. If you enter a plea of guilty to this charge, my plan is to sentence you to prison in the case. I think it makes sense for us to do a PSI and go ahead and get the referral for the community-based corrections facility out of the way. But if we want to go forward with sentence today, we can do that. But I think it might be better to make the referral. Officer Evans, I know this is not your case, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but we probably need that referral now, right? If we're going to refer somebody to a CBCF following judicial release? Or can we do it?
I've seen it both ways. We can also do it as if she's in prison. We can do that at a conference.
Oh, okay.
Judge, if I may, I just wanted to kind of give you an update. From what I'm hearing from my client, I think she's just agreeable to do the 12 months. And
Oh, she
not
just
do
wants
the
to serve it out?
CBCF,
Yes.
yeah, just
Oh,
serve out
okay.
the time and
Yes.
be done.
All right, that does simplify things to some certain degree. So, Ms. Marston, other than what I just told you, has anybody made any threats, promises, or representations to get you to plead guilty to this against your will?
No.
I have a document entitled Change of Plea and Entry. It looks like on the second page is the signature above line defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
Did you review this with Mr. Clark before you signed it?
Yes, I did.
Are you satisfied with the representation that you've received in the case?
Yes, I am.
You're going to enter a plea of guilty to 1 count of theft. It's a 5th-degree felony, punishable by up to 12 months in prison and a $2,500 fine. There's no mandatory prison in the case, but I do intend to send you to prison. You're also subject to an optional period of post-release control of up to 2 years, but you might be also eligible for things like transitional control, early release. They don't send me a letter anymore and ask me permission, but if they did, I don't see any reason not to do that.
Okay.
But I'm going to sentence you to the maximum penalty in the case. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that you understand your rights. You're presumed to be innocent in this case. That means that you can't be sentenced or punished until you either plead guilty or the state of Ohio proves that you're guilty. They have to do that unanimously to a jury or to a judge beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. You would have the right to confront all the witnesses against you at the trial, compel witnesses to testify on your own behalf, and you have the right to remain silent. If you enter a plea of guilty to this charge, you're going to waive all of those rights. You're going to admit that you did it. We're going to get on to this prison sentence. You want to do?
That's what I want to do.
Ms. Hyatt, what are the facts?
Case had proceeded to trial, the state would have shown beyond a reasonable doubt that between the dates of September 5th through the 7th of 2025, while this defendant, Rachel Spencer, aka Marston, was at the Ameristop in Lebanon, Warren County, Ohio, she did with purpose to deprive the owner of Ameristop of property. In this case, it was money that she and her husband, who wrote on checks that allegedly belonged to their business, Spencer's Landscaping. The co-defendant has already admitted that he wrote these checks knowing that they would be dishonored, but she then went and cashed 2 of the checks at this location knowing and obtained the money by this deception. This is a felony of the 5th degree due to the fact that the amount is over $1,000.
Anything on those facts, Mr. Clark?
Nothing on the facts, Your Honor.
Ms. Spencer, did you hear those facts?
Yes.
Do you admit they are true?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights you're giving up by entering a plea?
Yes.
What's your plea?
Guilty.
Based upon the plea of guilty, I'm going to find you guilty I think that you've made a knowing, voluntary, and intelligent choice here today, only after you have been fully advised of your constitutional rights, which you waived and rejected here in open court. Any reason not to go forward with sentence today?
No, Your Honor.
She has 0 days of jail time credit on this case because she's been serving cases for other courts, right?
For Lebanon Court, yes, Your Honor.
And restitution is $10,650.
Correct, joint and several with her husband.
Anything else from the state?
No, that would be it.
Mr. Clark?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything you want to tell me, Ms. Spencer? All right, court is going to impose a 12-month prison sentence. Includes the optional period of post-release control. That means the adult parole authority can, but is not required to supervise you for up to 2 years after your release. If they impose that supervision and you violate the terms, you can be returned to prison for up to 1/2 of my original sentence. Or if you violate by committing a new felony, then you can be returned to prison for up to 1 year, or the amount of time you have left on post-release control. It's automatically whichever of those is the longer period. It's automatically consecutive to the time that you would receive for that new felony. I'm not going to impose a fine. I am going to impose, plus the restitution, the amount of $10,650, which will be joint and severable with Dalton Spencer. Anything else we need to do today?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Don't
All right,
believe so,
finally,
Your
Ms. Spencer, you do have the right to appeal this to the 12th District Court of Appeals in Middletown. If you don't have the funds to hire a lawyer to obtain a transcript or to pay the cost, they'll all be provided to you at no charge. If you want judicial release into a CBCF after 6 months, if you change your mind, send me a letter, we'll see what we can do.
I will, thank you.
All right, that's all.
Thank you.